We're having a look at our new little 260 frame. Haven't flown it, I just finished building it last night. So it was my own design, and it's as I said, it's a 260mm wheel center or motor center, and we're flying the 2550 racing motors with the 6-inch props. We've got some 30 amp ESCs, and they are BL Heli, and they are little b ESCs, and these are the same type that caught fire on a previous video. We've got a set of LEDs on the back, so I thought I'd stick that on there. We've got the GoPro provisions up the top there, and we've got the Maiden F4, which is the F405 board with the matching power distro board, which does everything for you. So again, this is my second build with one of these boards, and there is a little ribbon cable that runs between the top and the bottom board. The first one I did didn't work. I had a problem with number 3 ESC and it wouldn't work. Put this one on, completely new out of the box, and did the same thing. So I don't know whether there's an issue or something I'm doing wrong, but anyway. So I've gone back to old school and just wired straight in to the top board, or the flight control board. So you can see here the ESCs are wired straight onto the PDB. The power for the video comes off the PDB, but the signal wire is straight onto the flight control board. And around this side we've got the 5 volt coming in here to power the flight control board, and this is the current sensor here. I've put the heat shrink over it, but I haven't shrunk it on. We're going to have a look at that. And this is the board. This is the new frame. So I don't know whether you can see it with a battery on there, but the arms are actually, while it's a complete cross from the motor centers, and the power distribution board and the flight controller are dead smack in the center, I've offset the arms a bit, so you can see this one's kind of on an angle and that one's on an angle to each other, so they're not in line. I've also put a set of holes in here to put the battery, but I stuck that over there over the hole anyway. So it's two sections of material. The whole thing weighs, it was completely built, was 111 grams. With the top plate on and the standoffs, it was 120 grams, and the whole lot fitted as it is there without the battery was 430 grams. So we're going to see how we go. We're going to give it a bit of a maiden, and then we'll put some the GoPro on board, and we'll see how we go. Now this is designed to run on 4, 5 and 6S. So obviously the 6S we won't be using the 6-inch props, but I've designed it so I can have 6 or 5. Now, a little bit of history here with the size of copters. When I started flying 450s, they were the 450 flame wheel, was the bee's knees, and then from there we went upsize to a 550 and then a 580, and then everyone started wanting to get into quadcopters and introduce the 250, which was the Mini Blackout, I think was the first one that came in. So I got one of those, and everyone started going down to the 210 and then the 180, and then they're going down to the micros and the likes. So I actually went from the 450 to the 550 and the 580, and then I went to the 250, and then I thought, gee, that's a bit slippery. So I built myself a 330, and the 330 was great, and really enjoyed flying that. It seemed to have enough small about it so it would be maneuverable, but enough big about it where it was handleable, and sort of went from there. So from there I got down to the 200s in the ZMR series, and I still love my 200s, and I've been mucking around with the 200s and the 250s sort of ever since, and was contemplating going back to a 330, and I thought, well, I might do something in between, so hence the 260. So it is a hybrid to be able to take 6 and 5 inch, 4, 5 and 6S. So we'll shut up, we'll throw a 4 in it like we've just done here, and we'll give it a run. This is the first time that I've flown it. I've only just finished it last night, haven't powered it up, spun it up. So we're going to do the left, right, forward, backwards check on it. And I've got this LED, so I bought a couple of these years and years ago. I've never used them, never been a fan, but I thought I'd put that on the back for a bit of bling. It's got the Knight Rider Larson pattern going on. It's just backwards, forwards, and they're all different colours. So yeah, we'll see.
You've turned me on again, Mooch. Now flick me on my back. You're such a bad boy. Switch warning. Engine off. Horizon mode.
Righto. So it is pretty wet here today because we've had massive rain, and we'll give it a start up. Listen to these. You'll notice these ESCs. They do the old. Da, 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 da. See the LEDs in the background there? They're blinging out. So we'll pick him up. All the props are on the right way. Got the LEDs sort of happening there. Blue, yellow, green. Yeah, nice. So we'll start him up and we'll give him the forward, backwards, left, right. Nice. And you'll notice with all the moisture in the air, the range will be really crap.
86 dB.
Yeah, not too bad. Alright, so we'll put him on the grass. We won't do the hand launch just yet, but it is pretty wet. So we'll throw him up and see how that goes. No guarantees. Here's the disclaimer, but we'll see how we go.
87 dB takeoff. 92 dB. 92 dB. 90 dB.
That's nice, isn't it? These F4 boards are really nice.
85 dB. 81 dB. 81 dB.
So that's my
80 dB.
my design.
84 dB. 70 dB.
Might turn that off. So we're not going that far away for the camera. That's nice, isn't it? What does it flip like? Nice.
Engine off.
So everything looks cool. Video looks like we've got video happening. Yeah, got video happening. So we are going to FPV it. We'll throw a we'll throw the video. We'll throw the GoPro in it, and we'll see how we go.